Hey guys, we're back for another video. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you guys. This is our pop-in video for the evening. We may be back again. I don't know, child, depending on how the YouTube streets are moving in terms of what's going on. But let's get into the things of the things, okay? So everything said in this video is alleged, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right, so let's get on into the show. First topic. Let's get into our first topic. Thank y'all for joining. Yes, honey, thank y'all for joining. I hope you guys are having a great hump day. All right, tomorrow is Thursday, honey. We are moving along in this week, and I am so glad. All right, first topic of the night, Jeff Ulbrich issues a public apology to Shadeur Sanders, okay? After being fined $100,000 for his son's NFL draft prank call. So you guys remember Shadeur was pranked during the NFL draft, and it was by Jeff Ulbrich's son. Y'all know he's from the Panthers. So he is being fined for that, $100,000 for his son's NFL draft call. And he says that my son's actions were inexcusable. He's also fined $250,000 as well. So it's a total of $350,000 that he was fined in total. So let's get into the apology that he had to issue out.
First of all, I'd like to publicly apologize to Shadeur and the Sanders family for what occurred. Second of all, I want to publicly apologize to Mr. Blank, Terry Fontenot, Reem Morris, and the entire Falcons organization. My actions of not protecting confidential data were inexcusable. My son's actions were absolutely inexcusable. And for that, we are both deeply sorry. The NFL has taken action, and I fully respect the punishment. We take full responsibility, my son and myself, and we will not be appealing the fine in any way. Going forward, I promise my son and I will work hard to demonstrate we are better than this. Again, I'm deeply sorry for our actions.
Questions?
First of all, I'd like to publicly apologize to Shadeur and the Sanders family for what occurred. Second of all, I want to publicly apologize to Mr. Blank, Terry Fontenot, Reem Morris, and the entire Falcons organization. My actions of not protecting confidential data were inexcusable. My son's actions were absolutely inexcusable. And for that, we are both deeply sorry. The NFL has taken action, and I fully respect the punishment. We take full responsibility, my son and myself, and we will not be appealing the fine in any way. Going forward, I promise my son and I will work hard to demonstrate we are better than this. Again, I'm deeply sorry for our actions.
Questions?
All right, so there you go. There was an apology issue to Shadeur Sanders, and there should have been, okay, because that was very heartbreaking for him to get that prank call when you know he was already on pins and needles waiting to hear if he was going to be drafted and by who. So that was very irresponsible and a little disrespectful too for that to happen. All right, they thought it was so funny until their asses got caught and then had to turn around and issue an apology. I feel like they're sorry they got caught more so than sorry for the actual act, because you went out of your way to call this guy, and I don't even know how the hell you got his number, but that's besides the point. I'm happy that they decided to apologize, whether they meant it or not. Bottom line is you out of $350,000 for that action. Okay, so let's move on. All right, so Claudia Jordan, honey, Claudia Jordan, the person who Nene says done slept with just about everybody in the damn industry. I ain't said Nene did. What's up, everybody coming in? I see you guys. So Claudia has admitted to having a little situation with Cordell Stewart, okay? But my thing is, you are going off on everybody else on Real Housewives of Atlanta and about who they're with and what they're doing, but you ain't. And I'm kind of mad that Porsha don't feel a way about Claudia have dated her ex or was messing around with Cordell or whatever. You don't have that energy for her that you have for Shadeur, which is so weird. And Dennis is just your baby daddy. You were married to Cordell, and now Claudia Jordan is coming out saying that she was actually messing with him and had dated him or something. So let's get into that, because I never knew that. Okay, but y'all know the rumors that were going around about Cordell. which I feel like that's why he decided to go ahead on and allegedly divorce Porsha. So let's get into this in terms of what Claudia Jordan had to say, child. Because I'm like, what?
Because we pick, not you guys, but society picks and chooses. I remember, and I hate to go back to me and but I have to just go by my experience. Season 7, when we went down to Charlotte and we saw Cordell Stewart, I had no idea he was gonna be at that bar, and y'all was all trying to make this a thing. Can you? Oh, you? And I was like, no, I wasn't fucking with Porsha then. I wasn't. I had nothing for me and her. Used to be cool before the show. I wasn't rocking with her. I could have been a.
And I'm not to cut you off. Not to cut you off. I want to say Claudia is 100% right. She was like, Kenya, this, because the girl thought it was funny. And to Claudia's credit, I'm gonna let her cook. In her defense, Claudia was like, I ain't doing it.
Until this day, people will still say, oh, but you were going out with Portia's ex. And I go, first of all, we weren't friends at the time. And I still didn't do it, even to like fuck with her on the show. They wanted me to go on a date with them. I did not go on a date with them, even though, clock this tea, I've been knowing Cordell since 1999. We didn't stay in touch. Like, there was a time he wanted to take me shopping and hang out as friends, and I never did. Before I even knew what a Porsche was, the only Porsche I knew was a 911 in the Panamera that I bought. Well, the two that I bought, one black, one white, supercharged. Anyways, I didn't know her like that. And I had every reason to be a cunt to her on y'all's show. And I didn't feel right about it. You know why? Because we were co-workers. And for me, a girl that does practice girl code, that was enough. So all these excuses, well, Porsha wasn't her friend, rules, because we pick, not you guys, but society picks and chooses. I remember, and I hate to go back to me and but I have to just go by my experience. Season 7, when we went down to Charlotte and we saw Cordell Stewart, I had no idea he was gonna be at that bar, and y'all was all trying to make this a thing. Can you? Oh, you? And I was like, no, I wasn't fucking with Porsha then. I wasn't. I had nothing for me and her. Used to be cool before the show. I wasn't rocking with her. I could have been a.
And I'm not to cut you off. Not to cut you off. I want to say Claudia is 100% right. She was like, Kenya, this, because the girl thought it was funny. And to Claudia's credit, I'm gonna let her cook. In her defense,
why is that relevant now, though? My thing is this: Cordell ain't all that. Cordell just a nigga with some money, like for real, for real. It's been rumors about Cordell for quite some time now. We'll get ready to play that here for you in a second. But it's been rumors about Cordell for a little minute, and his little aggression that he had towards Porsha when they were married. I was like, where's all this aggression? Like, he was giving daddy vibes. She couldn't go out when she wanted to. She had to get permission to do stuff like she was a child. And of course, she didn't get anything in the divorce when they got divorced. He put her out of the house, and she left with nothing. And I was like, damn. But it's been rumors that Claudia kind of got around and was with quite a few people in the industry. She's a pretty girl, so I'm pretty sure a lot of guys wanted to date her. I'm pretty sure that Cordell probably was trying to shoot his shot at her. I don't believe that he was just trying to take you out as a friend. I think he was trying to take you out to date you. Okay. I'm just saying, because you don't get nothing for free out here in these streets. They trying to give you some shopping and all that. It ain't for free. Okay. You're gonna have to pay for it with some jaw miles, is what they say, girl. I don't know. But
Claudia was like, I ain't doing it.
Until this day, people will still say, oh, but you were going out with Portia's ex. And I go, first of all, we weren't friends at the time. And I still didn't do it, even to like fuck with her on the show. They wanted me to go on a date with them. I did not go on a date with them, even though, clock this tea, I've been knowing Cordell since 1999. We didn't stay in touch. Like, there was a time he wanted to take me shopping and hang out as friends, and I never did. Before I even knew what a Porsche was, the only Porsche I knew was a 911 in the Panamera that I bought. Well, the two that I bought, one black, one white, supercharged. Anyways, I didn't know her like that, and I had every reason to be a cunt to her on y'all's show, and I didn't feel right about it. You know why? Because we were co-workers. And for me, a girl that does practice girl code, that was enough. So all these excuses, well, Porsha wasn't her friend, rules, because we pick, not you guys, but society picks and
child, get out of here. Okay. Again, I don't believe that you hung out with no damn Cordell and you didn't give him no nookie. I'm sorry. Maybe you don't want to say it here, but my question is, you and Porsha supposed to be cool like that. Why she don't have no energy towards you as her friend who allegedly was hanging out with her man, somebody who she was married to? I don't understand why she's so mad about Dennis, and she just had a whole baby by him. You were just engaged to Dennis, but you giving Shadeur hell over Dennis. But you don't have that energy for Claudia Jordan, who was running behind somebody who you wound up marrying. That's weird to me. But let me get back to the main screen here, because Y'all said y'all mouths. I have to watch my mouth because sometimes I be saying some stuff. I be like, ooh, girl. Child, I be forgetting sometimes. I be like, oh Lord, let me watch my mouth, child, because YouTube. All right, my mods are telling me we need a jam session, so we need to get these likes up, guys. Let's get it. Let's go. Hey, come on. Y'all know what that song is. That means we got to hit that like button, okay? Let's get it. Let's go. Hey. Come on, guys, let's get the like button. Get on with our show. Come on. Hey, like button. Come on. Went right on over to the like button. Hey. Can we get an update? Can we get an update? Hey. All right, let's get on back to our show. So what y'all think about that? I feel that Claudia, I don't know why that's such a flex, why everybody running around here talking about some damn Cordell Stewart. Like I said, Cordell was said to be down low, allegedly. Okay. But let me go ahead and play this clip that I found. Okay, because this was a whole rumor for quite some time about Cordell. All right. He got mad and tried to turn around and sue this person for putting him on Front Street. But if you out here buying him purses and taking him out, and this person here is coming out and putting his face on camera and saying that he was with you. So Cordell actually sued him for defamation, but he's saying, hey, I done gave him sloppy toppy and he was a strong bottom over there. I don't know. So shout out to Funky because that's why I saw it. All right, let's go, honey.
Broke, saying that I'm poor. It's nobody's business. And it's no one business. It's no one business. I would like to say it's no one business. If you guys, if we all is just sit around and worry about what I'm doing and want to dig up my past.
Okay, so this guy's name is Andrew Caldwell. Y'all remember him where he was saying, I am delivered. Y'all remember him? Okay. All right, so let's go.
You're going to be lost. You're going to be lost of words. But anyway, Lord, let's get back to Cordell Stewart. So in Cordell, I was going to Atlanta, and I took a trip to Atlanta plenty of times. Okay, we was in this bar, this restaurant, and you know me, I like to talk, I like to have fun, I just like me. Okay, so we was in this restaurant, and I saw Cordell Stewart. Okay. And, I shop at Lennox Mall in Atlanta. I be around in Atlanta, okay? So, I saw Cordell Stewart 2 times, okay? And everyone wants to know that how did me and Cordell date, okay? The truth is, we didn't date, but I gave him oral sex, okay? And that's when I was in sin, okay? I gave him that, okay? And, I did not know. I knew he was on the Housewives of Atlanta, and my job was not to embarrass him. My job is not to slander him.
Now y'all know during the time Cordell was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, he was with who? Porsha. Now, I told y'all these rumors been going on for quite some time. So if you were messing with him while he was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, that means you were messing with him while he was married to Porsha. Let's continue.
Please, let's make that clear. My job was, because God had delivered me from homosexual, okay? And I have text messages. I have proof of everything. And a lot of people keep saying that we have never dated. Well, that's just like saying I dated when I was in sin. Let's say if I dated some girl and I banged her. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't see that. But you was not there, okay? You was not there. And no one was not there. So I asked the judge, I'm going to ask the judge, I'm going to plead, I'm going to appeal on this case. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for me. Okay. Andrew, yes, I was wrong for going on the radio and doing that. And yes, I was wrong from letting people to use me. Yes, I was wrong to let Satan try to throw some doozies. But now I learned a lesson. I learned my lesson that even though you dated celebrities and you dated famous people, sometimes it's good to keep your mouth. It's good to keep your mouth shut. And I learned my lesson to keep your mouth shut. But hey, when people come for you, when people come for you, it's hard to, especially when I went viral. Especially when you know that I'm fighting. And how it started. Let me tell you guys how it started. First off, let me make this clear. How did I go on an interview and talk about Cordell? For one, Cordell came for me. He came for me, and I said, you know what? The next interview I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get him good. And I hate that because of Porsha is not involved. But Porsha off the Housewife of Atlanta, let me give you guys some hints. For one, Candy said, "Oh, Cordell Stewart about the dildo." Okay, you know Cordell Stewart had the dildo, and when Cordell Stewart packed Porsche bags, and Cordell Stewart had the dildo. Okay, but still, I'm not off track, but I'm giving you guys some tips. Okay, and I was in Atlanta. Okay, we was leaving the bar. I was leaving the bar, and we started talking, and we went from there. Okay, I don't need to lie about nothing. We could take a lie or take a test. Okay, somebody that said, Lord Andrew Caldwell, you just dragged yourself in a even digger hole because you should just kept your mouth shut. You're right, Tony, I should just kept my mouth shut. And no, I did not just keep myself in the digger pot. We are done with this, but all I have to say is this. I would be filing legal action against all the blogs from slandering me, from saying that I got served and that I got sued. I did not get sued. I was never served. That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. I was never, Latoya, girl, you do not want to talk about that station, but you are airing it out to everybody. Yes, I'm airing it out to everyone because right now, today you get your green tea. You see my green clothes? Today you get the green tea. You drink it up and then you leave it alone. You don't come back and get no more of the tea because the tea is no more on the market. Jesus. Drink the tea. You're drinking the tea. And we're going to shut it up. Okay. And I was in Atlanta. This person named John had took me to Atlanta. We had went to Atlanta, okay? And we started shopping. I started shopping and stuff like that. And I was like, come on, that's Cordell, because we was in a bar. That was Cordell. And we started talking and stuff like that. And then I got his number, okay? And we went from there, okay? And we both were.
Well, why would Cordell, who is alleged to have been a straight guy, according to him, why would he be giving his number to Andrew Caldwell is my question. What was that for?
20. Okay, and we went from there. All I have to say then, after that, a couple months later now, he came for me. I had just got delivered, I went to church and got delivered from a homosexual. I did not get delivered from lying, but when God took me from homosexual, he began to work on me in different ways. And I'm saying this because Cordell's outdoor interviews and saying that is not true. Of course, you're going to protect yourself and you're going to protect your character, but act like your character before you try and go to protect your character. Because I know that I know other celebrities might try to help you to act when you went to them shows and you act like you was an actress and you act like you was, I never done that. Now I'm speaking up for myself. You went out and lied on me. You didn't mention my name when you went on them shows, but you're saying that you're a heterosexual and you're a homosexual. That's a difference. Okay? I'm a heterosexual. You're a homosexual. So that's totally different. And I'm not on here to comfort no one. I'm not on here to slander no one, but I'm saying the deal is done. I said it. I'm coming here to backtrack what I said. So to Hot 104.1, make sure you get your facts straight. Yes, I went on a radio station, and they did not. A lot of people did not want me to do that interview, and I was nervous, and I've done that interview anyway, and I regretted that I've done that. So now I'm on here to not backtrack myself, but I'm on here to get some stuff straight, get this record straight, and I'm done talking about it forever. It's a done deal. So as I say again, I'm not lying. If you guys think I'm lying, good. So you don't need to be watching it. Click the next button and go and watch Wendy Williams. But anyway, I have to say this, that I feel regret for what I have done. And I'm on here to say that if I had offended anyone during that time, because yes, I did talk about the drag queens, I did talk about the homosexuals, because I was hiding, I was hurting and hiding, because I know that things been happening towards me, and
So there you go. So he's alleging that he had a relationship with Cordell, and he met him in the mall in Atlanta, and they exchanged numbers and they exchanged some other things according to him. I don't know. I won't there, didn't want to be there, and I ain't trying to be damn there. But that's what he had to say. Okay, we're gonna move on. Now, as we're talking about Cordell, you heard Portia's name mentioned in there. Andrew says that Portia packed Cordell's bag, and in that bag was a schlong packed in there. I'm not sure where he was going, maybe to a schlong fest. I'm not sure. But she, according to what he was saying, is that Cordell had a good old schlong packed in his bag. And yeah, I don't know why Portia was doing that. It's giving Portia was a beard in that marriage. That's what it's giving. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because hell, that's Portia's, forte, honey. She gonna do what she needs to do in order to get a coin. Cordell had a coin, so she wanted to do whatever she had to do in order to stay in his good graces and have access to that money. But baby, I ain't about to pack no schlong for my man to go no fucking where. Just know that. But let's get on, child, because Portia is saying that she feels betrayed. Now you feel betrayed about Drew Shadeur over here filming with Dennis, but you don't feel no type of way with your good old girlfriend over there, Claudia Jordan, speaking out publicly saying that she was kind of dating or almost dating your man, your ex-husband, Cordell Stewart. You ain't said nothing yet. I ain't seen you do no video about that yet. Okay, and you and Claudia are supposed to be like homegirls, and she's so out here talking willy-nilly about your man out here, well, your ex-man. Okay.
Any updates with the divorce from the attorney?
So they gave us a court date because right after they enforced the prenup, the divorce should be after that. They should be settling it.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. Yeah. Obviously, I know on the other end, it does take a toll on you.
I feel like lately I've been doing pretty good. The birthday for Nashville was so fun.
So fun. So how did it go bad then? Because when I left you, like everybody dropped the issue for the moment to have some fun.
But I couldn't enjoy it because I got a phone call and someone told me that Dennis had filmed with Drew. I'm like, yes. I'm literally sitting there like I'm about to blow.
So she's saying that Dennis, did she say Dennis was with Drew or filmers? I gotta go back.
Because in that moment I felt betrayed because I was like, well, damn. So not only did he do it, here she is downstairs and I got to deal with this.
At this point, how are you going to navigate with Dennis?
Dennis right now, I'm not in that friendly conversation with him. Like I talk about Florida, like that's it.
I can't defend you no more, Dennis.
All right, so this Portia's house that she getting ready to be moving back to because the house that she and Simon was staying in, girl, is foreclosed upon. All right, she got to get out of there any day now. So the house is fully foreclosed. So she's going to have to get the hell out of there. She ain't going to be able to film up in there no more. Going back to that old house that you was staying in, girl, when you got put out when Cordell got rid of your ass, okay? So let's get into it. I'm going to show it one more time. It says Portia's mother's house because Portia's mom moved in the house when Portia moved out to go move in with Simon.
Have you been a good girl? You help mommy with the chores around the house? Yeah. Any updates with the divorce from the attorney?
So they gave us a court date because right after they enforced the prenup, the divorce should be after that. They should be settling it.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. Yeah. Obviously, I know on the other end, it does take a toll on you.
I feel like lately I've been doing pretty good. The birthday for Nashville was so fun.
So fun. So how did it go bad then? Because when I left you, like everybody dropped the issue for the moment to have some fun.
But I couldn't enjoy it because I got a phone call and someone told me that Dennis had filmed with Drew. I'm like, yes. I'm literally sitting there like I'm about to blow my cap. Because in that moment, I felt betrayed because I was like, well, damn. So not only did he do it, here she is downstairs, and I got to deal with this.
At this point, how are you going to navigate with Dennis?
Dennis right now, I'm not in that friendly conversation with him. Like I talk about Florida, like that's it.
I can't defend you no more, Dennis.
Anyway, girl, it is not that serious. They're just filming and showing that Drew is recording her music and whatever, okay? Now, it was a little rumor that Drew put her mouth on Dennis somewhere, okay? That was a little rumor. That ain't been confirmed yet, so don't nobody go write it down. But there was a little rumor circulating around that Drew kind of put her mouth on Dennis, okay, while they were working together. But I'm gonna get up out that because I got to get my receipts on that. But that's what the rumor is, okay. So maybe that's why Porsha is kind of not, letting this thing go, because she low key kind of figured that something inappropriate maybe happened between them. But then again, Dennis can do what the hell he want to do. If Drew want to, suck the skin off that thing, shit, that's what she can do, because Dennis, he's not a kept man. He's not in a relationship with nobody. So if that's what she want to do, child, you want to crank the chainsaw up and go in on that thing, child, do what you got. If you want to be out here doing throat crunches 40 days and 40 nights on that thing, bitch, do it. Because Dennis is single and Porsha, you are not. You are still married to Yoda. So get over it, girl. All right, so let's move on. I don't care no more. All right, so let's get into Nene Leakes, because she sat down with, y'all remember Deshawn Snow from Real Housewives of Atlanta? Y'all remember she was one of the OGs, honey, back when Kim Zolciak was on the show, when Nene was on the show, when Phaedra was on the show, and y'all remember Sheree was on the show. So all the old OGs, honey, on the show was when Deshawn Snow was on there. Now, Deshawn didn't really bring much. She was on there with her husband. It was alleged that he was cheating on her, at which they then wound up getting a divorce. But Deshawn leveled up out here, child. She's a member over there at Eddie Long Church. I was like, because she shouts him out of here. I'm like, girl, you know what your pastor was doing. But anyway, she looks great, and she's back, and she's sitting down with Nene to spill the tea of the tea. She was saying, honey, I didn't even know that they weren't going to bring me back. I was like, girl, you didn't give shit. So what you thought? You have no damn storyline like that. You weren't really talking like that. So let's go ahead and share. We're going to look at this interview, because I'm like, okay, I want to see. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it. So we're going to, part of it I'll be watching with you guys. So we're going to be, and I'll be playing and stopping, and kind of giving commentary in between. But let's get into it, okay? Shout out to Nene, honey. Shout out to Nene, because Nene's out here doing her interviews. I really hope she gets better, because that interview that she did with the Toxic Scott, honey, it was one-sided. It was very much so one-sided, and a lot of people told her that. So maybe she's going to change her stance on this particular interview with Deshawn. Let's get into it, though. Do I got closed caption on? Okay. All right, let's get into it, girl.
Okay, so here to join me today, she's not just a boss in the luxury real estate game. She's a fabulous mother, a wellness advocate, and she's an OG. Yes, an OG. Please welcome one of the original housewives of Atlanta, my friend, Deshawn Snow. Deshawn, I know you're not walking in here being skinny. You look great, Deshawn.
Y'all know Deshawn was a little chunky now, but she don't went out here. I think she had some work done. I don't know. Maybe she out there on that Ozempic or something. I don't know, allegedly. But she looks good. Come on through here, honey. I like the dress too. She's good.
Okay, skinny minute girl. Can I get some of this wellness?
Yes.
You got to help me out. Now, what are you doing, Deshawn? The last time I saw you, you was not this skinny.
No, I've lost maybe like 51 pounds over 14 months.
So are you taking a shot?
No. I'm working out every day. I had some health issues, cholesterol and all of that. And so I went on this clean eating and strict working out 6 days a week.
Are you a vegan?
Nope. So now I can eat regular stuff. But before, just mostly, I was still eating cut out dairy.
Okay.
But like no sugar or processed food or anything like
that.
I'm
lactose intolerant.
Okay.
So there's some dairy products that I can't eat, but there are some that I can eat. Like I could eat macaroni and cheese. And I'm okay with that kind of stuff. But it's mostly like milk with things. But the milk didn't hurt me for whatever reason, the macaroni and cheese. But it may hurt me in ice cream.
Yeah.
So So I have a little bit of an issue right there, but other than that, girl, I'm eating like a pig over here.
You look fabulous.
You too. How's your kids?
Kids are doing well. EJ just got married.
I saw that. Wow. How is that?
I'm happy to have a daughter finally.
I know, right? That's like me. My son Brent, he has a little girl. She's 3 months. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
So you have how many grandkids now? 2?
4.
4. Okay.
Yes. My oldest son is married.
Okay.
And he has 3. Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations.
When did her son get married? That must have been a courthouse wedding. Okay.
It's been so long since we.
It's been a long time since we caught up, Deshawn. We got a lot to talk about.
Sure do.
So, Deshawn, before we get started, let's toast with my tropical rich.
Yeah.
I hope you like it. Cheers.
Thank you.
Yes, we tried.
Oh, this is good.
It is good and strong, honey.
Very strong.
Time for a girl to be busted and hitting the floor over here in a minute, like leaning to the side. But Deshawn, so it's been a minute since we caught up, and we got so much to talk about. I don't know, have we seen each other since my husband passed?
I have not seen you since then.
Yeah, except for on social media.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It will be 4 years that Greg passed.
Damn, it's been that
and a very hard road that we went down for a while. He was struggling with colon cancer, so that was hard on us. And he ultimately passed. We lost our king of our castle, so it was just a lot for us.
Yeah, and I was praying for you guys too, because I know that's hard.
It's hard. And then we sold our home and we moved to the city. Yeah. So we're in the city now. It was a change. It was an adjustment, and it was definitely an adjustment moving from 10,000 square feet to moving into a penthouse. Right. The difference in the square footage is major. But I love my place, and it's beautiful,
and it's easier.
And two, I told you guys I'll be stopping in between. Okay, y'all know Nene had to sell their house because she didn't really know how to do anything once Greg passed away, because Greg handled all the business stuff. Greg was the one paying like all the bills and handled everything. Nene was just child on TV. She was talking about how she didn't know nothing. She didn't know how to go down to the light bill place and pay nothing. She didn't know how to do anything once Greg passed away. So she was, I don't know what the hell she was doing, child. Maybe, I don't know. She didn't know how to do shit. But let's continue.
Easier to upkeep, easier to manage, more peace. Yeah.
And I feel safer.
Yes.
And I love it. I really do. I love it. But there are times when I go back and I think I miss my that part of my life. Yeah. Like I miss it. It just feels, I don't know. It's still with me. I feel like a kind of empty space.
Yeah.
I miss my home. I know some new people that purchased it, and I kind of want to ride past and be like, what are they doing in my house?
Because you have all those memories there with kids and everything. I totally understand.
What are they doing in my house over there? I just feel some kind of way with these people living in my place now. And it's their home now because they purchased it, but I almost feel like it's my home. Get out. And
new season, right?
It is.
New season, fresh start, right?
Yes, all of those things, but I still have those memories, and being a mom, I don't have my little kids anymore. They're adults making their own way and having their own life, and I miss them being my little babies and stuff like that. I never would have thought.
Nene, you supposed to be interviewing Deshawn, girl. It ain't about you, sis. All right, get into Deshawn.
That I would have gone back and said, I miss my babies when they, my boys when they were babies.
I understand that. Because, my boys are grown, and I miss being able to nurture them, and them wanting my advice. Like, they don't really have time much for me now. They're not really trying to hear my advice.
They don't have time, girl. I call Brent all the time, like, Brent, they just don't have the time. They have their own life going on, and I miss those things.
I do too. I understand that. I can relate.
So, we can't get together and not talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I tell the story all the time to people about when the producers interviewed me and wanted me to be one of the Real Housewives, and they asked me who I know, and I was like, I didn't even know Deshawn that well, but I was like, this girl, Deshawn, so I was like, she's married to this guy. They have this major home. They're living the life. She should be on the show. And they interviewed you and loved you, and you ultimately became one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yes. Did you think, looking back all these years, they're still going?
All right, let's get past the.
Do you have a car?
Okay? Let's get past it. Okay. All right, we're back.
I didn't think they would keep going, but it's actually entertaining.
It's quite different.
It's totally different now.
It's totally different than what it was.
Absolutely.
And but it is still going strong many, many years later.
16, I think.
Yeah, and there are no original housewives on the show at all.
Yeah.
There's no original housewives on the show at all. So no, I think a year or so ago, I think Sheree was on there, but she's not even on there anymore. So there's no original girls.
So it's like a reboot or something now, right?
Yeah, it's with a whole bunch of it. I do not watch it.
Okay.
I do watch the clips that come down social media, but it's not that I don't watch Housewives. I don't watch TV.
Yeah, I remember
right.
That.
Yeah, so I don't watch TV. So I just catch whatever clips are coming down. Yeah. And people used to say to me, like, you don't watch TV? Like, no, I don't watch TV. Like, and I make TV, so I don't watch TV. So I just don't. Yes, Eddie. But anyway, do you watch the show?
I catch it. I don't watch it all the time, but I do watch it sometimes.
Is it entertaining to you? Is it different?
It's totally different. It's but they make me laugh.
They do. It make you laugh.
Yes,
they do make you laugh.
It's definitely for entertainment.
Yes. So when we got together years ago and we did the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you were with Eric.
Yes.
And now how is he doing?
I believe he's well. We're no longer together.
Now, you're not going to ask you, is it true that he started dating somebody you know?
No, that part was not true. I didn't know her.
True. You did not know her. Okay. The rumor was he was dating a friend of yours.
Yeah. And then he got a girl and all of that. That part was not true.
That's not true. But you guys broke up. He did remarry.
He did remarry.
He did remarry.
Yes.
But are you married? Are you dating?
I am dating. I want to be married again, but I'm not married yet.
Yeah, I love the marriage life, don't you?
Yes, I'm a wife. You know,
Yeah, I always say the same. I was like, I'm not a girlfriend. Like,
Yeah.
it's clear that I'm not a girlfriend. Please don't call me your girlfriend. Please start making room for me to be your wife.
Right.
I
So
don't
it's
even
different out here, though. You know, it's different.
Yeah.
So I'm learning it. I'm getting back out there.
Would you ever get on a dating site?
I tried that once. And I met someone, but he was kind of a clown. So, and I
Not a
really like
clown,
him.
honey.
Yes, he was a clown. But I don't like all this small talk, like hi, how are you, and all that. So
Yeah, but how you gonna get to know somebody if they don't say hi?
I mean, on a thing. I mean, bring it to person, but I don't want to be going back and forth on a
Like
online.
texting,
Yeah.
like hi, how are you?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna keep saying that, like, well, when we gonna get together?
Or at least meet up or something.
Yeah, you can meet up.
Yeah.
That's cool. So would you date long distance?
Yes.
You would. I would too.
If we can see each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would date long distance as well. It's okay with me. Do you think your guy is in Atlanta, Georgia?
No.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm open, but I don't think so.
I don't feel like, my guy's in Atlanta, Georgia either. I always feel like he must be, maybe he's on the damn,
part of the country.
maybe he's on the moon. I don't know, but I don't feel like he's in Atlanta. I don't know. Maybe he is in Atlanta. I don't know. We'll see.
So are you dating?
I am dating.
Okay.
Yeah,
How's
I
that
am
going?
dating. It's going
Yeah.
on and off.
It's hard. I'm trying to learn and trying to be open, but I have my ways and my standards and what I expect. And, I've settled before and I just feel like I don't have to settle anymore.
Oh, you've settled, you think?
Yes, post-divorce,
Okay.
because I was always driven to be married. So I fall for the okie doke, whatever.
So I was going to say, do you think that's a fault of yours?
Yeah. Back then. So now what I say is before I was driven by my desire to be married, now is I'm not driven by it. I still desire to be married, but I'm not driven by that.
Okay, I understand.
So
that.
the person I am today wouldn't fall for a lot of stuff that I fell for a few years ago.
Yeah. So do you have to date a man that's really wealthy?
He has to be established.
Deshawn, listen, now we got to go back a little bit.
Okay.
Because I really got to get into you and Eric. I don't want to miss out on that because my relationship was with the both of you guys and inside of your beautiful home. And Eric was playing in the league at the time.
Yeah. Was he playing still or had he retired?
No, he was playing.
Okay.
And then I think afterwards, later on, maybe a couple years later, he went to coaching or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he was playing. You know what? He was coaching?
No,
the first year of Housewives. Was he coaching?
I think I forget what year he retired, but it was shortly after we filmed this.
And he started coaching.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
okay.
Because of an injury, he had to retire.
Okay, well, his money was long. Y'all were living large. Girl, y'all house was crazy out there.
Yeah, that was the
You know that home is still there?
Yeah.
I know a couple that actually lived in that house.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, I was like, oh my God, that house is still there and still beautiful inside.
Yeah.
You guys had the most beautiful home. And tell me now, Eric was out there, he was outside.
Do you own your own home in Georgia?
His ass was
Still rent
outside.
electricity
Woman was all
for
over
limited
the place.
time
His ass
only.
wasn't doing
Homeowners
nothing
and
but cheating. That's all his ass was doing was cheating. That's why she left his ass.
He was outside.
He was, Deshawn, this takes me back to when we did this scene. I remember us doing this scene
in the limo.
We did this scene on Housewives, and we went to shopping like at a lingerie store or something. And then I remember you like looking and picking stuff. And for some reason, my eye went to you in the room. You were really like in tune to what you were picking. And I was like, what the fuck going on in this relationship? Well, you are really like, I'm just in there snatching some shit. Like you were really like picking really what it is you were wanting to wear.
Oh, I'm methodical like that, but I don't remember that.
I remember that scene so well. So he started dating.
So I don't know what all, when it came about, but yes, we filed, he filed for divorce in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he filed, in 2020.
Would you have ever filed?
I would not have filed.
You would have never filed. So he had to file because you were never going to do it.
Right. I mean, he filed because he wanted to file.
But what I mean is in the relationship, like, that you need to break up.
But I didn't know that we need to break up.
You didn't think so?
No.
You didn't?
No. That's my truth. I didn't. I was surprised. And then actually we were in counseling and so I thought we were working it out.
I don't understand.
Me either.
No, what I mean is no. What I mean is no, for real. What I mean is when I say I don't understand is I know that we're having a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, you're the person, Deshawn, because you've always really liked marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even today, you don't want to be a girlfriend, you want to be a wife.
Right.
So even today, it will be hard for you to file for divorce. Once you're committed, right?
Correct.
Me too. So I'm committed to the relationship, right? So you would have never filed, even though you need to file, you would have never done it. He had to do it. Like, you were never going to do it. You didn't care how bad it got. You were never going to do it, right?
Here's the thing, though. It wasn't like it was real bad and, we were having these problems and he wanted a divorce. It was like he told me, that The girl was pregnant.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yes.
Now wait a minute, now,
No.
Deshawn. Now that shit ain't no laughing game.
No, it's not.
No,
But
how does
this is-
somebody?
I mean, if that ain't bad, then that's bad. You married to this man, and he's cheating on you in multiple situations, and then he wind up getting somebody pregnant, and then you say that you never would have signed, that you never would have went and filed on him, that you were just gonna stay for whatever. It's given that Deshawn might be a little gullible. She's beautiful now. She's beautiful, no homo. But that's given that you kind of gullible, sis, because you're gonna stay for whatever and allow him to keep coming back and sleeping with you, and then going out and doing what he want to do in the streets and getting people pregnant, which means he's having unprotected sex with other women. So you gonna stay through that, girl? No, not in Atlanta. Hell
Tell you
no.
that they got a baby. Somebody's pregnant, and I'm gonna file for divorce.
No, he didn't.
No,
he
you're gonna
didn't
come
tell me
home,
he
and I
was gonna
might
file
think
for
about
divorce.
killing you. So let's see how this
No,
goes.
and so then we were in counseling and we were working through it, or I thought.
Mhm.
And then so in May, well, he filed in May, so the baby was born in March. And anyways, he said
So
no.
basically, he's admitting to cheating. I have a baby on the way.
Right. So of course he had to tell me. So
Yeah.
but even then though, I wasn't like, let's file. I was like, we're gonna work this out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You were
Yeah.
never gonna file.
No, I
You
wouldn't.
would have.
How you gonna work this out? So you gonna send the money over there, child, like Tina Turner did, and what's love got to do with it, to the other baby mamas, helping them out while you sitting over there still with him and he's still cheating on you? Because obviously he lost respect for you if he decided to step out. So you gonna still try to work it out. And then even he told her that he was gonna go to counseling and try to work things out, but he had no intentions of doing that because he ran and filed for divorce. So it's given that they were on two different pages in their relationship. That's weird. Child.
Just hung in there.
Now,
through
like
whatever.
family say, we don't know how to cook. The cookie was probably gonna crumble anyhow.
Right.
God works and how he works. So
Right.
I wouldn't have filed, but whatever would have happened, I don't know. I don't know that. I think we would have eventually got divorced.
Okay. So just tell me this. So when he comes home and say, I have a baby on the way, like, what do you do? Now in your big ass house with all this stuff y'all got over there, nannies and this damn beauty salon downstairs, and you got all the damn hair and makeup and stuff going on. What I remember you guys' offices. I remember he had an office and you had an office. Like I love that. I was like, oh my God, one day Greg and I are gonna have a separate office. I thought that was really nice. So what do? You say, okay, we're gonna work this out. Or you start crying.
Of course, I'm hurt. I go through all the things, but it never once did I say I'm leaving. That didn't cross my mind because I was supposed to break the generational curse.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We were committed. We can work through it. That was my mindset.
You are great.
But no, we were together since freshman year in college.
I know.
We built a life together. And he loved me. So we were in counseling, trying to work through that.
Mhm.
But at some point along the line, he decided that's not what he wanted. And then he filed. And he gave me the courtesy of letting me know because it was going to be in the papers the next day. So that's how that went.
See, you so nice, girl. I'm just saying. That's so nice of you.
No,
Deshawn, the way you be holding it together is crazy to me. Like,
Right.
that's good. I guess it's good, Deshawn. I don't know.
What part?
All the
at
parts
the
of
end
you
of the
being
day,
able
what
to.
Do y'all think that because you were with somebody since you were a freshman in high school, that they go out here and cheat on you and get a baby and you just automatically stay and say, we're going to work through it? Because it's given that he was telling her one thing but doing another. If you guys agree that y'all are going to go to counseling and figure it out, I'm not sure what you're going to figure out because the baby is here. A whole nother life is brought into this situation. So the wife now, Deshawn, would forever be connected to whoever the child's mother is because he's going to want a relationship with the child. So you're going to be seeing this person that your husband went out here and cheated with, because I'm pretty sure you're not going to be comfortable with him just going over to this child's house, to this baby mama's house, and hanging out over there and hanging out with that child. If you guys are trying to work things out without thinking in the back of your mind that he's still having some type of sexual relationship with her when you're not around. So I'm not sure how you're going to work a situation like that out. Y'all can put it in the chat. What y'all think? I see y'all putting Rashida and Kurt did that mess. Hell no. It's a hell no for me. Let's continue.
What can I do? What can I do? It is what
You're
it is.
right. You're right. What could you do?
What can
I often say that to my friends. What can you do? Like, what are you going to do?
What are you gonna do? It wasn't what I wanted, and then so now it's this new decision. And then you know how it is, because you hear about everybody else too when you hear about the couples when they are divorcing, but they still live together. People are like, why are you living together? So he was staying in the basement, which is like a house in itself.
When Greg and I were divorcing, he stayed in the basement.
Yeah. So
It's like
that's
a
hard.
house, yeah.
But we would still be eating together as a family in the kitchen, and he go to his part. So it was But then sometimes we'll travel. Like when he was in town, then I will leave. And then when I come back, then he'll leave. This is like doing a separation.
That's not a happy time.
No, not at all.
It's not a happy time because kids are involved.
Yeah.
So it's a very unhappy time. So Deshawn, let's go back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. After season 1, I have to know because so many people wrote this question asking.
How they did the Drew and Ralph staying in the basement. She said he stayed in the basement, which was like a whole nother house underneath, and she stayed on the main part. And then she would go out of town and he would leave, or she would leave and he would go out of town, or something like that. They were just kind of living separately, but they would always have dinner together like a family. And then he would go back downstairs. Child, that's so dysfunctional.
After season 1, they wanted to know, were you surprised when you were not invited back for a second season?
I was surprised because I figured it out. I was like, I wrote my books. I was like, okay, I know I gotta have this so that when it airs, that is ready and all this. I have my little plan on, So I was really surprised. I was shocked.
You were?
Yeah.
Were you hurt?
I was disappointed.
You were disappointed.
But you know what? Everything works out, the way it's supposed to work out. Because I truly feel that I would not have wanted to go through my divorce on camera. The person I am today, I think I would have been fine. But the person back then, I think I would have been too concerned with what it looked like.
Yeah.
And from a divorce, like you can't be worrying about other stuff and dealing with, there's so much that you're dealing with. So I don't know that I would have been trying to deal with that and then try to look pretty and make it look pretty and all of that back then. Like now, the person I am today, it is what it is. And, I'm authentic and transparent and all that. Not that I wasn't back then, but I think I probably would have been concerned with what it looked like.
You would have.
Yeah.
I just know from back then, knowing you were no. But Housewives really wanted to see that. Like that.
Oh, the mess.
Yeah, that would have been the best part for them.
Yeah.
Is to see you guys, dissolve your marriage on camera. I mean, that's what the reality television is all about. Do you remember when we went to see The Psychic?
Yes.
Do you remember that seriously? Because I remember it very well, right?
So I was over. I wasn't participating.
You were not participating. That's why The Psychic, it was so crazy because The Psychic was sort of like talking to me and Kim, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you came and you were like, no, I don't want to be a part of it. And then she kind of later just kind of told you some stuff without you even being a part of it.
Did she tell me something?
Yeah, she kind of said to you like you were going to go through something.
Did she?
Yeah. You were going to go through something really hard, but you were like, girl, I don't want to hear it. I'm going to get ready to go here to Eddie Long. You remember it?
Yes, that's my bishop.
Girl, that's my bishop. Girl.
Like, I'm going to get ready to go here to Eddie Long. Honey, I am not interested in this at all. And I remember that so well. And then, a year or so later, then everything happened. She was actually a really good psychic, though. I really liked her. I wanted to see her again, and Kim would never give me like the information.
What's her name? Rose?
Rose. Yeah. She's passed away since,
okay.
But she was great. She even started doing some stuff on the news at one point. Mm-hmm. Like she was really, really good. I really, really liked her. So, Deshawn, I know now you're in real estate. How's that going for you?
Real estate's going well. So remember back, even before Housewives, I had my own real estate brokerage, EDJ Realty. Mm-hmm. So I stopped doing it, put my license on inactive. And around 2014, when I had to work, I got back into it and I got with Sotheby's. Okay. So I'm with Atlanta Fine Homes and Sotheby's.
So you're not the broker though? No, you're hanging your license.
I'm hanging my license with them. And even back then, I wasn't a broker. I just had a broker of record.
Mm-hmm. So you're doing luxury properties?
Yes.
I remember, now that you said that, I do remember because at the time the neighborhood you were living in was new. Mm-hmm. It was brand new because at one point you had lived across the street, right? And then moved to the bigger
That's
side.
right, because we were renting, because our house was being built. Mm-hmm. So we were renting a home. When we sold our other home in Windward, then we were renting a home in the community we were building in.
Yeah, very beautiful. You guys did a great job. And at that time there were lots. We
were one of the first.
Yeah, very good. People are now feeling like it's not a good time to buy, or is it a good time to buy? Or the question is there ever a good time to buy real estate?
The time to buy is the time when you need to, right? Mm-hmm. So with the rates and everything, we always say date the rate, marry the house, because the rates will go down. But the house is, it's always going to go up. The price is not going to go down. And if you keep waiting, then you're going to have high demand. Mm-hmm. So we always say, if you need to move, then move. There's no waiting for the right time.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, how do you feel about renting? And I mean, is that bad? I know a lot of realtors like, oh, you're wasting so much money just renting.
Well, of course, if you can, if you can own the house, that's best because you have the equity, you can write it off. And a lot of times you can get into a house for the same price or less than what you're paying for rent.
So Trump is in office. Oh, Lord. So do you think that is there going to ever be low rates with him being in office, or we're going to have to wait for 4 years?
Well, from what our people our mortgage company is telling us, the rates aren't going to go down anytime soon.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. So people who are trying to hold off and wait for rates to go down, they might as well just buy.
Well, And then maybe later.
Right, because even if they go down, then that means the house is going to go up because the demand is going to go up.
Okay.
And prices are increasing with the real estate. It's not decreasing.
Well, you're nice and thin, and I know you are a wellness advocate.
Yes.
And you were saying earlier that you got into the wellness area because you had some health issues.
Yeah, so doing, because I need to get everything in order because I was the biggest probably that I had ever been. And all my numbers were through the roof. So, and then my son, I knew he was getting married. I said, I want to be around, I want to have grandkids and stuff like that. So my why became that. And when you have a strong why, you will endure anyhow. Because obviously I've been up and down in weight. But this was a strong why. And so in doing so, going through the motions and doing everything, it built my confidence, not just in all areas of my life. And so what that empowered me to do, especially in this season, is just kind of live my life out loud, to get out of my head, to no longer postpone my joy, and just to really go after it. So, so now I'm in the phase of like weight training and building my, strengthening my core and all of that. And I feel like strong mind, strong body, happier life.
Okay.
So I'm getting stronger physically, but also mentally.
So you're eating.
Yes.
I know that you said that you have a dairy issue, right?
Well, I try not to do dairy. Not that I have an issue, but you do better when you don't
Do dairy.
Yes.
You think
At least me.
Lose weight.
Well, I don't know if you lose weight, but it's just you're not bloated and all of that.
Okay.
I don't know this. I'm not the dietitian.
Okay. Yeah. Is there something that you don't eat?
I try not to eat. I don't eat like.
It's Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, your DSCC chair.
Guys, we're getting to the end. This is not a very long interview. I feel like Nene's not asking all the right questions.
I do eat desserts and stuff, but I try not to eat a lot of sugar. Processed foods, I definitely don't eat processed foods. I drink just water. I mean, I drink, but in terms of juice and soda and all of that, I just try to drink water.
Okay. And that's good.
Fruits, vegetables, protein, lean proteins.
Well, it doesn't sound exciting to me at all.
Now I can eat like the homemade, like I go to my sister's house and she cooks, so I'll eat it. And so now, because I'm finally at a stage where I can maintain, I've never really ever been at a stage where I can maintain. So I can take more liberties and I can eat more, but, or I can eat, I don't have to be as strict.
Yeah.
But I work out a lot, and working out for me, because my life sometimes is so out of control. Like so many things we have no control of. But for me, I feel like that's something I can control. That was something that I can put in the work and see the result. Because a lot of times with things in my life, I put in the work, but not see the result. But with the working out, I could. So my routine is I get up at 4 in the morning, pray, do my devotionals, drink my coffee, then I go to the gym. So I call that paying myself first.
At 4 in the morning. Sometimes I'm just getting in at 4.
I know. But see, like if I ever get a man, maybe I won't be getting up at 4 in the morning.
Girl, sometimes I'm just crawling in at 4, honey. And so at 4, you are crawling up and I'm crawling in.
Yeah.
And do you do this every day?
No, so I meet the trainer 3 days a week, so 3 days a week. So on the other days, I might get up like 6.
Okay.
Go to
You
gym
really
6.
are in the gym lifting weights. I need to get into
Yeah,
this.
I have a trainer though, so I don't know, I'm not doing it by myself. But yeah,
So
so I'm really trying to build and shred. I'm just trying to get to another level that I had never been before. So that's a challenge for me. And so in doing all of that, I'm also like inspiring others to live their best life. Because it's really about staying authentic and being true to who you are, but being the best you that you can be. Because I feel like I'm the best that I've ever been. And a lot of it has to do with my weight and my health.
And my mindset.
Mindset, yes, of course.
My mindset is definitely, I'm in the best place that I've been in a very long time. So
Good for you.
yeah, and that's a good thing.
Yes,
it really
for sure.
is. And mindset is very powerful.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, because we can't go through it, just like you've been through so much. There's no way possible I could have went through all the things that I went through if I didn't have that positive mindset. You know what I'm saying? It was never about like what happened to me. I take accountability for what my part in it, but it was all about what's the lesson in it for me. I do believe that, God had to take everything from me to, get my attention.
Really?
And so then once he had my attention, I'm a totally different person now today than what I've ever been.
Well,
So I'm not the girl that people remember from Housewives.
Of course not.
Yeah.
None of us are when we first started.
All those years ago.
I'm usually a little bit irritated when I see like, oh my God, you look so different from when we first know you. Girl, what are you saying to us? This is 100 years later. We have different makeup, different hair. We have to get better.
Absolutely.
Or get worse.
Right.
I mean, what are you saying?
Right.
What are you saying? We look the same. We grew up.
We
We
evolved.
still aren't the young girls that we were when they first found us to do this show 100 years ago.
Absolutely.
And so people don't get it. They don't understand. At the time, makeup wasn't what it is today.
Oh, yeah.
And hair wasn't what it is today. And fashion and all of those things. So yeah, people don't get it. I'm like, my hair is long now. It used to be short.
Right.
It's a totally different thing. No, I didn't get my nose done. I got it done years ago. Girl, I'm gonna get it done again as soon as I can. No, Deshawn, are you living alone?
My youngest son stayed with me.
Okay, yeah, my youngest son is with me.
Okay.
At home. He wasn't at first, but then he got really sick after his dad died. He had a heart attack and now a heart transplant, and he lives home with me now.
So how's he doing now?
He's doing much better.
Good.
Yeah, he much better. He would much rather not be at home with me though.
Yeah.
Because he want to be outside, and he's outside a lot, quite frankly.
He looks good too.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I want you to know that I'm so happy to see you. We see each other quite often on Instagram, and we never really have the time to catch up and sit down and talk to each other. So many people comment to me, "Where is Deshawn? What is Deshawn doing?" And all those things. Is there anything that you want to say to your followers and your fans who are constantly asking about you?
Of course.
They want to know if you're good.
What I wanted to do also I'm always giving you your flowers, but you know, I remember after my stint on Housewives and after my divorce, you were constantly reaching out, inviting me to all your stuff, all the things, and I would never come. I was just a hot mess. I mean, you've been through some stuff, so you can understand.
I do.
So, and then, you know, after a while, I'm sure you just said, I'm not reaching out to her. But I do want to tell you, though, that meant a lot, because it's not like people were doing that. And you were doing that. So I appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much, my sister. I still was calling you.
Was calling me. And everybody, I can say everybody, like, where did Deshawn? Like, I was invited to all those things. I just didn't go. But to catch you up on things, I am doing the real estate. I am doing the wellness activities. I'm doing fireside chats. I want to have a wellness retreat, and also have a new podcast myself. Okay. Yes, 10 steps ahead. Of course. Yes, please. Yeah, we're going to drop it probably the second week of May.
Okay, so you're doing it with someone?
Yes, I have a co-host. His name is Mosquito. It's a homeboy of mine. Really good friends. We always have great conversations. And I was just like, you know, we should take this to the studio and we should just share, you know, do it in front of them. And that's another thing with this season. You know, I said I'm not gonna like plan it all out. I'm just gonna do it, like be spontaneous and do it, and open myself up for new opportunities. So
you made a light bulb go off in my head just now, because you were saying earlier that you were supposed to be the different one in your family, like
break the generational curse.
Break the generational curse. Yeah. So
I don't see her doing a podcast. She don't seem like interesting enough. No shade towards her. She just seemed too closed off, to where she doesn't seem like she would be very interesting to kind of capture people's attention on a podcast to make people want to watch and engage. I don't know. And it's no shade towards her. And I like Deshawn, but she just seemed a little closed off. I don't know.
Was your mom divorced?
Yeah, my mom and dad was divorced when I was probably like 5.
Okay.
But, you know, they were good. My mom and my dad, they, all of the events, we were all together, even with my kids, everybody can be in the same room. It was none of this separate stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a good example in that. And we didn't have that for our kids.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully one of your kids would do it now.
Yeah.
They'll be married and break the generational curse. It was good seeing you.
It was great.
And you look great. Thank you guys for watching.
So that's the end of the interview. You guys can put in there what you guys think. I wanted to run through it, okay? But that's all of our topics, guys. That is all of our topics. Let's get back to the main screen so we can do our thank yous and get out of here, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I see we have a new person that's in our chat, guys. Y'all welcome her. Miss Melanin runs through my veins. You guys welcome her. She is a new subscriber. Thank you so much for coming over and subscribing to the channel. You will love it here. I think they've already told you that. We have some of everything here, honey. If you want to get all your reality TV and your politics and some laughs and reads and gags and all of that, child, you will love it over here because we have a ball, all right? Don't forget to catch our Car Chronicles in the morning, okay? Keep your notifications on for that. And everybody over here, child, we like a family, okay? Got some pretty good mods. Speaking of mods, thank y'all so much. Belle Wilson, Tyra, Scorpion Miz, KBR, Rose Armstead, and Truth TV Podcast. Thank y'all so much for doing an awesome job in here, keeping the trolling down and keeping the likes up and letting me know when we need a jam session. All right. I see y'all putting it out. I was putting it up here just a few minutes ago. We don't need a jam session now, child, because we about to get the hell out of here. But thank y'all so much for being here. Said that you will love, yes, child, you will love it over here because we have a good time. Okay. We have some really good topics and we have some very good discussions. So thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for all the mods. I see you Sunny Days in the building. Who else we got? Do we have any more content creators? I saw Chef Don stop by. Thank you so much, Chef, for popping in as well, okay? Because he does support and I go and support him as well. So thank you so much for doing that, okay? Guys, let me know. Also happy birthday to Angela Kelly. Angela Kelly, if you're in the chat, ma'am, thank you so much for being here. I went back and looked through my chat this morning and I saw where they were wishing a happy birthday. I think I typed it in the chat for this morning's show, Car Chronicles 2. I think you guys... I think you guys, yeah, they did put that in there. So Angela Kelly, happy birthday, okay? Happy birthday. So y'all wish her a happy birthday as well. All right. So if nothing else, honey, please don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so, and tell a friend to come on over and subscribe as well. If nothing else, honey, let's go. Y'all have a wonderful night. See you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go.